After my daughter left NICU, I was very nervous, and I remember saying to the doctors at the time, if we don't know what caused all these low blood sugar and the jaundice and her not being able to eat, I feel like we're going to end up back here. And sure enough, 5 weeks later, my daughter had a seizure, and we ended up back in pediatric intensive care. And that kind of catapulted the doctors into action, and they started running a lot of tests to see what could be the cause. And one of the things they wanted to test was her cortisol levels, which ebb and flow throughout the day. So in order to do that, they had to get a IV in her because they were going to draw blood on the hours. The issue with that is that on newborns, their arms and veins are so tiny, it's very hard to get a vein. So at 2 o'clock in the morning, I was in this room at Beth Israel watching a doctor try to get a vein on my daughter. And he just kept blowing out vein after vein after vein. They could never get it in. And it was gut-wrenching to watch. And finally, a nurse who was in the room pulled me aside and said, "This guy's an idiot. You got to throw your mommy foot down and demand another doctor." I was so overwhelmed by what was happening to my kid. I was so overwhelmed by the medical system, the doctors, the specialists. You just assume that the doctor in there knows what they're doing, that they have your best interests. And I always remember that sometimes you got to put your mommy foot down. So another nurse I am so grateful for.